In this video, we will demonstrate how to filter sterilize a liquid solution. We will want to use aseptic technique when performing this protocol, so start by spraying down your benchtop with 70% ethanol alcohol and wiping clean. Don't forget to wear gloves. Next, light the Bunsen burner, which should help keep the area more sterile. The materials you will need for this experiment include the solution you want to sterilize. Here we are using ammonium chloride. You will need a new sterile conical tube that has been labeled and a sterile disposable Luer-Lock syringe. Here we're using a 20 milliliter syringe, but these can be purchased at various sizes. Lastly, you'll need a sterile 0.22 micron syringe filter. Start by loosening each cap of the two conical tubes. Next, open the sterile syringe and remove the packaging. Pull out the plunger from the syringe and place it upside down on the bench. You can also store the plunger in its original packaging or lay it down flat on a clean, disinfected benchtop. Carefully open the filter packaging. Leave the filter in its sterile packaging. Screw the filter to the syringe using the Luer-Lock. If both hands are needed in the meantime, keep the filter tip in the sterile filter packaging. Otherwise, remove the assembled syringe and filter from the sterile packaging. Hold the assembled syringe with the filter tip facing down. Remove the cap from the non-sterile solution and carefully pour it into the syringe. Remove the cap from the new conical tube and hover the assemblage over the tube. Insert the plunger back into the assembled syringe and apply pressure to filter the solution. You may need to apply a little extra pressure when first inserting the syringe, as demonstrated here. After you've passed the solution through the filter, place the filter back in its sterile packaging and twist it off. Replace the cap loosely back on the tube. Next, remove the plunger from the syringe and set it on your disinfected benchtop. Screw the filter tip back onto the syringe and remove it from the packaging. Hold the assemblage with the filter tip facing down. Remove the cap from the non-sterile solution and carefully empty the remaining solution into the syringe. Remove the cap from the sterile conical tube and hover the assemblage over top of said tube. Insert the plunger back into the assembled syringe, apply pressure, and filter sterilize the remaining solution. Once completed, screw the cap back onto the tube and store the solution appropriately. Next, we're going to go over some tips and some common mistakes made while filter sterilizing. Never remove the plunger while the filter is still attached to the syringe. Doing so can damage or tear the filter, making it unusable. Never place the filter on a non-sterile surface like your benchtop. If you need to set the filter down, place it back in its sterile packaging. In addition, do not touch the outlet tip of the filter. Doing so will contaminate the tip and the solution being filter sterilized will no longer be sterile. When screwing the filter onto the syringe, do so by either keeping it in its sterile packaging or by carefully grasping the teal ring on the outer edge of the filter. Take care not to touch the outlet tip to any non-sterile object like a tube rack, the outer surface of the tube, or your benchtop. While these surfaces may appear clean, they are not sterile. Now, mistakes happen. When in doubt, throw it out. Make sure the filter is screwed on and attached before pouring the solution into the syringe. Otherwise, the solution will leak out. Lastly, make sure to hover the syringe and attached filter over the open tube before inserting the plunger and applying pressure. Once the plunger is inserted, the solution will begin flowing even if there is little to no pressure applied.